All right. What do you think of that meme? I saw that on Luke Stone's page. No need to get revenge. The rotten fruits fall by themselves. Kind of like that. Um, I am on the end of page 21. We're getting close to the end of the story. And things are going pretty well. Considering I started the page yesterday and I'm hoping to finish it today, it seems like a good indicator that my speed is returning. That's kind of cool. I've got some unclear parts of this. I was drawing today in a sketchbook and I was surprised at how easy it went. You know, a lot of times there's a lot of sort of struggling to get the shapes or the forms or the portions, the pose. Really, it's about shapes and forms, emotions, dynamics, all that stuff. Line weight is a continuous struggle for me. Oops, it just came right out. I was just kind of browsing Amazon, and I ran across Andrew Kolb's role-playing game books, the Neverland one specifically, which seemed very cool. But he also did an Oz one, which was not as highly um, regarded, at least in the ratings there. I was kind of interested in those. Those were kind of cool. But it gave me the idea. I mean, we played in a D&D game. Shout out to Shane, who was the DM, and um, I think he actually got this material, most of the material, from someone else. But we played in a Alice in Wonderland themed game, and I had a character named Brillig, which I came up with a pretty cool backstory for, as being cursed by the dodo god. Mostly, I'm referencing a very famous Tenniel illustration of a dodo that appears in Alice in Wonderland. And I thought maybe we had an idea about doing the next anthology about Oz. I think an Oz themed anthology would be very cool. I'm still interested in that. Or even a Alice in Wonderland, I think would be cool as well. It's on my mind because I've been painting that Jabberwock lately. My character's name is Brillig. And I have a whole story for him already. I mean, it's just perfect, ready to go. I even have a little bit of his origin story, which I think is funny. A lot of times when I'm doing my fantasy comics, I'm looking for something that's funny. I think being funny is better than being cool. This is a. Let me erase all this over here. They've crash landed the hand, and there's like when you have a fire and you have sort of rising ash that comes out of it. I had played with the idea of giving gallows a line that shows he's still alive, but he's completely unconscious here. So no line. And I actually have not decided what his fate is just yet. I'm going to leave the panel background kind of open. Well, I'll put this background forest line in. What you may not have noticed, the dead scourge bots getting torn to shreds. They're already dead, of course. Scourge is a personal symbol of mine. These scourge bots are the ones from the battle on Isolt's home realm that was turned back by the villagers. Like they actually successfully defended it. Well, it was a combination of things, among other things. Somebody destroyed the dimensional apparatus, and that is what ultimately ended the invasion. And the guy who did that is this guy right there. So it kind of makes sense that that's where he'd end up. They weren't able to call in reinforcements. Although we never got into that part of the story of the Isolt. I ended it and then I was moving on to other things, but I do want to do like an update to Isolt that will kind of explain some of this stuff. I think we're close enough to the end. I'm going to go ahead and do these bubbles, speech bubbles. And well, other than that, I just got through one of my toughest classes. It looks like I am running it again in January, which I thought I would have more of a rest between the big three that I ran, but it's actually the one I'm doing in January is regularly scheduled. The ones I've been doing are special by request for the class. Like, all right, fine, fine. one thing's for sure. I mean, I feel pretty confident I can run whatever whenever now. After doing 3 in a row. And now it's just a matter of moving on. I don't know what this is. I'm going to move it. All right. I think there's just one more panel. I mean, one more page after this. He's pretty beat up. I think we're there. This line is wrong. I could do it as 2 pages. I could have him. Well, I could maybe with just 1 page. He moves Gallows to safety, and he sees all the destroyed robots. Rabbit Fighter is very familiar with the Scourge, and so there has to be a moment where he thinks he might have ended up in a worse place than he was already in. Like, there has to be that moment. And then at the end of it, that's when I'll have Iseult come out. I think we're there. Are we there? I think we're there. I think our middle panel is really tearing this page. What do you think? I was thinking of putting maybe in another speech bubble where he says, I'm going to try and get help, okay? And then when he gets no answer, he'll say, okay, I got you, pal. Something like that. This was a quick one, just 13 minutes. Well, I've been drawing since I got home. Please like, follow, and subscribe. Check out the next anthology, which is Monster. I'm thinking at this point, I've got almost 21 pages here. I might put this one in there. And you might dig it, along with a bunch of other stories for cheap. All right. See you later.